We are live in Studio B. This is your day-to-day BYU Sports play-by-play. I am Spencer Linton alongside Jarom Jordan. Game day eve for BYU men's basketball as they approach Big 12 conference play. And to help us tip off Big 12 play, there's only one appropriate figure that can do so. That is the head basketball coach at BYU, Mark Pope. Back in Studio B. Coach, welcome.
This is the look nowadays, right? The sweatsuit, like you're ready to go?
And I'm matching. You know, last year I was unmixed match, and this year I'm matching, and I just feel swaggy, man. When I just do. It just is, it's like a new me.
We need to start with
It's like a good hair day. You know, you have a good hair day, and you're like, woo, let's go.
At what point, because you had a cool flat top in Kentucky, at what point were you like, I could still grow my hair out, but I'm just going to buzz it? Because this is a choice.
You don't understand. I rate my hair every day. Like this, I'm in the middle of a great hair day. I mean, look at this. Yesterday, not so good. I was on the show last night. It was great. I was like, hair just not doing it right. But today it's been fantastic.
It's better?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to tell us.
Gate, I'm serious. We should start every interview that we do with a fashion question.
For sure.
It was about your tie the last time I talked to you.
That's right. That's right.
As we came out of Christmas.
Mark's just blowing up every Spencer interview now after.
I'm for it. Like, let's just go fashion, get it out of the way.
As the least fashion-oriented person in the world, yes.
Leanne's got you.
We've been discussing on the show where BYU, we feel, is the most ready for Big 12 play on this men's basketball side. Maybe where there are some question marks. So let's start there with you. You know better than everybody else. Where do you feel like your team's most ready to hop into Big 12 play?
We've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, but I think in terms of our identity, in terms of us, when things get hard, about us leaning into what we do and who we are, that's the place where I feel like I have some security. Our team has some security. Is just we have somewhere to go, right? When things go bad, where do you go? And I think our guys know where to go. It's a matter of our faith in doing it, right? We got to continue to grow our faith in doing it, but at least we know where that is, and that's nice. I think there's a lot of teams that are kind of rolling through the season right now that still don't exactly know how they're built, what they're about, and where they're going to go when things get tough. I think our team does.
What's the latest on Foose and his availability?
Foose has been great. You know, he made it through a full practice-ish yesterday. We'll see how he is today, and then it'll be kind of a game-time decision Saturday, but we're super hopeful.
Okay.
How does he affect things in terms of the X's and O's / the rotation at this point? Because it's hard to pull anyone off the court right now. Everyone's playing great. Atiki's probably played his two best games at BYU. Ali, of course, is leading the nation in assist-turnover ratio and whatnot, making threes.
Yeah, these three guys give us such different dynamics. I mean, Atiki gives us an aerial attack that is so important. It's another dimension to the game that's really important to us. Ali gives us this, back 30% of our offense that is just unleashed when he's on the floor, that most teams don't get to experience and that we do, and gives our guys a whole nother opportunity to work together. And Foose is just this kind of immovable force on the glass and in the post and kind of his as a short roll guy. And so that all bring really different things to the table that are super important for us. And we'll, if we can, magically keep them all in some state of health, we'll try and get, a couple of those guys on the floor at the same time. It's going to be a work in progress that we haven't had a chance. We really haven't had one day to work on it so far. So that's going to be a in progress, rich person's problem that we get to have through the course of the conference season.
So just break it out in Big 12 play, which is really fun. With Foose, if he's available, do you bring him off the bench to start?
I think for sure right now, where we're still trying to, it's going to be a game time decision. We'll for sure bring him off the bench, and that's going to be, I mean, come on. That's a real luxury. Who has a chance to bring, you think about it, we could be bringing
Jackson and Foose off the bench.
And Richie Saunders, the most efficient offensive player in the country, and it's pretty exciting.
Mark Pope is with us on BYU Sports Nation. Maybe you already answered the question as far as like your biggest question mark, because it could deal with the roster and injuries and who's available. But if it's not that, and it's just a scheme question, what's your biggest remaining question mark about this team?
Well, listen, we just, we're in the same place every team is in the country, except we're doing it for the first time, right? So one of the fun things for us this year is we essentially have a 31-game non-conference season. That's how it is for us, in the sense of like every single thing is new. If we were in the WCC, we know exactly what it feels like to go to Gonzaga or go to San Diego or go wherever. And we know what playing those teams in general, you have a sense, and it's kind of the magic of conference plays. There's the familiarity. For us, it's not. And so that's really exciting for us. And so all the question marks lie in that. And then, of course, the big question mark for this conference is how can you be resilient through the course of the conference? It's 18 games. Every single one is a toss-up. There's no gimmies, and it's great basketball every single night. And so that's a new experience for us that BYU basketball has never faced before. And I can't wait. Like, the guys are excited about it. We're excited about it. We understand. You know, we have no idea what we're going to get, but we know exactly what we're going to get. We know we're going to get punched in the mouth. We know there are going to be moments and stretches where people are like, they have no chance. It's not working. And then we know there's going to be stretches where people are like, man, this is incredible what this team is doing. All of that's going to happen. It's all going to happen. And so let's go.
What's the best part about being so good so far and having some people question sort of the sustainability of certain aspects of this, but knowing that you're going to compete no matter what at a probably higher level than maybe at the beginning of the season when you roll it out, and now you're like, hey, we're gonna be in this way better than maybe even we thought.
Yeah, well, it's nice. This is going to sound a little arrogant, but it's not. This is actually pretty factual. When you're a top 5 net team, when you've been #1 in the net and you're a top 5 KenPom team, there's really only one discussion to have. You don't have the discussion, can you get better? The only conversation left to have is, can you be sustainable or get worse? And so, as we're a 24-hour news cycle, you guys are trying to figure out something to talk about, and you only have 2 options left because you can't get better. And so that's a fun place to be in. Every time you get somewhere, you know, in this journey through basketball life, you know, we've been places in the algorithm where BYU basketball has never been in the history of KenPom or the net. And you know, you just take those things. That's not your goal, but you take them, you get to put them in your pocket. You're like, we did it. And now let's move on and try and do the next thing. And that's actually super satisfying. It's really exciting for us. And so that, you know, those numbers are really important at the end of the season. We're there right now. And so the question is, can we keep growing and getting better in this new competition? And that's awesome. Like, you couldn't be in a better spot.
The swaggy Mark Pope is with us on BYU Sports Nation. At what point in the offseason did you first sit back and think, I think we could be special? I think we could be really good. Was there like a definitive moment or a week or something? When did that first kind of cross your mind, like, whoa, our guys are pretty good?
Well, you know, listen, long-term projects are complicated. They're scary, right? It's in sports, of course, there's no patience for it. Nobody has patience for it. And so I think we felt like we had a vision of where we're going to go, and you have a clear vision of what you're trying to become. And the question is, like, how quickly do you kind of reach those steps, those new levels? How do you get there? And so I don't know if there was I think for the last, I mean, I think we had such positive signs last season where we're like, okay, this is actually, we have a chance. This can work. I think our mindset was very different than maybe other people's mindset and the way we were reading what was happening. And then I think there were some steps this summer. You know, I think, our foreign tour, I think our practice, I felt were really good. I felt like we had guys, you could see progress in guys this summer. You could see that Noah was kind of living in a new space, that he was kind of embracing stuff rather than kind of fighting some stuff. You could see that Jax, like, you could see the evidence of Jax. I say this over and over, and I still don't think people understand how important it is, but Jack's going way out of his way to build relationships with guys on this team. You know, you could see, guys like Richard Saunders' confidence rising. You could see Dallin Hall, like, digging into his, like, pull-up work off the bounce, right, which is a space where he's really, really grown his game. And I could keep going down the list, right? Foos had unfortunately he's been unhealthy for the last 6 weeks, but he had a fully healthy summer for the first time. You could see his progress. And these moments where we saw Dawson Baker, we haven't had him very much, but in the moments we saw him were great. And then, you know, there's some stuff that happened new. Like, we never got to see Ali Khalifa until we kind of threw him in the game at North Carolina State. We really didn't get to see him in live practice or live play. And so it's just been a building process, and we still have so far to go. And this is kind of year 2 of a multi-year project. We still are in a massive building phase, but you know, you do see all these little spots where it's pretty
Your
rewarding.
team's ability to adapt on the fly is notable for sure compared to last year.
Yeah, and it's just guys, but that's the only way you get to this is by doing that.
Yeah.
Like, we all wish there was a magic pill. You guys are tired of me saying this, but there's no way to gain experience other than experiencing. There is no shortcut to this. And you just think about you know, what this team has a chance to do next year in the sense of, like, you know, because our experience is going to be double-fold, right? And so that's you don't get to do it in college athletics very much anymore. It's one of the things that makes BYU extraordinary is that, you know, we might have this little space where we actually get to build something, not just be something. Right now in college basketball, you just have to be something. You get 1 year to just be something, and we're trying to roll a little different, and it's a scary experiment, but it's sure been fun.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Okay, Cincinnati's interesting. 11-2. They're seeking a quad 1 or quad 2 win. 37 in net. They've mixed the lineup quite a bit. A couple of guys have been out, like Frederick and Bandego. Are you sure what you're going to get tomorrow in terms of lineup? Because they've mixed it quite a bit.
And they're not sure, right? In the sense of, like, they're a little bit like us. We're going to kind of throw Foose in the mix, hopefully Saturday, and first time we've had these guys together. And they'll be a little bit in the same place where they're going to kind of hopefully have all their guys for the first time in the entire season. And they're good. This is a really good team. This is a talented team. This is a team that has not seen their best basketball by a mile. And so, but, you know, like, we're going to have the same conversation with every single team we play in this league. And so I think the Cincinnati team I think they're put together in a really interesting way. I think they have a chance to be really, really good. They played great basketball, obviously, already being 11-2, and it's going to be an epic battle.
Rebounding will be wild because you're 2 of the top defensive rebounding teams. You prevent the other team from the offensive glass specifically.
Yeah, and you know, again, you think about Cincinnati, they haven't had their most important rebounding pieces together on the floor at the same time yet. That's a little bit terrifying.
You're talking Reynolds and Bandego and Lock-in?
Yes, and so you look at them, and they're the #1 defensive percentage rebounding team in the country, and they haven't even been at full strength.
And that's number 3.
Yeah, that's a huge challenge for us because the offensive glass is wildly important to us. Like, it is massively important the way we play this game and the way we attack this game. And so I fully expect that, you know, tomorrow we're probably, you know, there's a chance we're not going to see a ton of success on the offensive glass in the first 3 minutes or 7 minutes or 14 minutes. For us, the key is, can we be what makes us special is we go every single time, every single possession, all game long. And at some point, there's a breaking point. At some point, this game breaks open on the offensive glass, and we're gonna have to be so committed all night long, every single possession, to finally get to that, to finally earn that space where we kind of make some progress. And you know, it's 2 of the best statistically rebounding teams in the country tomorrow. And come on, if you're a rebounding fan, come to the game, baby.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
Wedge.
My 2 favorite phrases from you are rebound and punch it. Yeah, I love it.
Punch it, Chewy. Let's go.
Expect a lot of that tomorrow. Coach, thanks for hanging out with us in Studio B.
Appreciate it.
Big 12 play.
Let's go.
Karma. Let's give some karma.
Yeah,
huh?
all the karma we can give. Let's go.